I received this item free discount in exchange for my honest review.
Everyone who has products on Amazon knows what this means. Companies or entrepreneurs are trying to game the review system using services such as Snapshot.
Of course, game is a subjective term, but from my point of view, which is rarely a consensus viewpoint, any reviews which contain this verbiage I potentially disqualify from my buying pool.
Not just the review, but the product entirely. This practice is pretty much standard in the world of supplements.
And I'm sure it works fabulously. But it doesn't work for me. Now I scan the reviews and look for this verbiage.
If I find it, I'm less likely to buy the product. As soon as I see a product with a shit ton reviews followed up with I received this item free in exchange for my honest review, or I received this item at a discount in exchange for my honest review, I immediately have my BS meter sounded. More than likely I click next. I speculate this practice, which again, I'm sure is a profitable marketing tool, has a limited shelf life in terms of effectiveness and legality at Amazon. Just an FYI from a minority point of view, from the standpoint of a business owner who thinks the product is just as important as the marketing.
When I see this phrase, I get the hint that your product just isn't good enough to warrant real reviews that don't need to be bribed by discounts or freebies.
Feel free to discuss.
I feel the same way. Bloggers or IGers or YouTubers etc. approach me all the time wanting a free sample to feature my product on their sites or profiles.
I always tell them, yeah, sure, you can feature it, that would be great, but we are not giving out free samples.
Feel free to buy our product and review it honestly if you feel like it, because I don't want to deal with this disclaimer shit that everybody puts on their blogs, profiles or videos. Makes me cringe every time I read or hear it on Amazon, blogs etc.
I think it devalues the product a lot just reading this one single line. So the result of me saying no to free samples for bloggers etc.
I still get a ton of blog posts, reviews, referrals etc. because I have a great product doesn't mean that I'm not a fan of that particular marketing technique. Same for influencer marketing, which is similar with the disclaimer shit. I'd just find a way to do it under the radar.
Definitely agree with this, and I feel like it's getting out of control. A friend of mine was contacted by an Amazon vendor a few months ago to see if he would be interested in reviewing a few of their products.
He agreed and they sent him a few gadgets. They specifically state that in case he does not like the product, he should contact them first, let them know what the issue is, so they can fix it.
They are very responsive, address the issues promptly and make changes as they see fit. Product quality is great as well. Yesterday he received another product, headphones, which are absolute shit, low quality plastic garbage with super bad sound.
He told me he can't and won't review those as he would have to give 1 star.
Then he told me to take a look at the listing. What do you see? Why? People are so afraid that vendors stop sending them free stuff that they review it 5 stars anyways.
I've noticed that I've taken more time to research the authenticity of reviews than researching things about the actual product, and at least for me, it has hurt the credibility of the whole rating system massively.
When I buy stuff on Amazon, I usually only read the 1 or 2 star reviews. I don't even look at the bullshit 5-star ones.
There are 3 brand new competitors in my specific space on Amazon. All of them started within the last 8 to 9 months. All of them with hundreds of reviews. I've looked over those reviews and at least 90% of them have that disclaimer. Verified purchases without the disclaimer? 1 to 3 stars. I never use those types of services.
Whenever I release a new product, I will go to my VIP customer email list. Offer a discount for them to purchase on Amazon. However, it's never 90 to 100% off. Usually only 30% off. I have done larger discounts though.
Avoided a product I was about to buy yesterday for this exact reason. As soon as you see the 20 product in return for product review spiel, I begin to question every single review. At low volume fake reviews can easily take a 2.5 or 5 product which I remove from search to 4.5 or 5. Although I do think Amazon will have something up their sleeve with this issue, it is unfortunate the problem is driving more sales for them, thus most likely not making it top priority for them to fix. Maybe like 95% of people wouldn't even consider the power a review actually has social proof, rankings etc., and so wouldn't even suspect they would be abused. I can imagine that when more noise gets made about crud products with 4.5 or 5 ratings is when things will start to change.
To explain further, I don't state in those VIP emails that the discount is in exchange for a review. What is most important to me when launching a new product is sales.
Sales equals higher rankings, which equals more sales. So the discount is to spur sales, which gets higher rankings. I let my follow-up emails via Amazon request the reviews.
My best-selling product is now in the 3rd position for its main keyword phrase, top 2 positions occupied by one of the oldest and least expensive brands on the market, beating out every single competitor with hundreds more reviews than me.
I understand this completely. However, being in the fitness market, personal trainer or 3 years, and building a SaaS personal training software for gyms and working in a GNC over 2 years, I can easily spot a shitty supplement by its list of ingredients a mile away.
That being said, a supplement company, no need to name them, so it doesn't seem like I am promoting them, recently had a rep send me free product in exchange for a review. Over $100
a month's supply of a few different types. To be honest, it was worth it, and in this company's particular
case, they are on the
case,
verge of really either failing or striking it huge in the submarket. So in their case, I can understand why they might do this.
If they give one person free subs, in exchange for review, and 2 other people buy, well, they are just taking advantage of an opportunity to scale.
I think it really depends on the industry that you're in. With mine, it is very common for manufacturers to send out samples to big names and no one thinks anything of it for the most part, depending on the reviewer's reputation.
I have done it in the past when I was just launching my new brand of products, but now I follow a model more like what does.
I think for the average people, consumers not producers, they don't think twice about it for the most part.
Not sure about the some of my bad reviews, the few I've read, because I rarely read them, for say something like, I'm not sure how this book got all these great reviews, must be DeMarco's millionaire buddies, or he paid for them.
I think people are generally skeptical.
Those are the same people who would have given you a great review if you offered the book to them for free. Unfortunately, I did discount some of my product when I launched, and the first review now has that disclaimer which sucks.
What sucks is that I didn't even want reviews from people who got discounts. I just wanted sales. But I think that they were so used to having to do reviews that they wrote reviews.
Now, I just lowered my price to get the sales up. But it does suck on Amazon now. I go to the reviews and look at the date of the first review.
If it's 2015 and they have 600 reviews, I move to the next product. But any product that has reviews starting from 2010 to 2013, I generally will believe their review count.
I sent a note on this to Amazon senior executives. Amazon senior executives don't give a shit about it.
They endorse it. Some consumers are smarter. Most are not. Most will take the aggregate star rankings and 100+ reviews and call it good.
I completely agree. And I actually do think Amazon will crack down on the review exchange practice in the near future. This past year they took care of all the fake or purchased reviews, and sued most all of the companies and individuals that sold those reviews. Exchanging reviews has become a bit out of hand, and I just think it's a matter of time before Amazon does something about it.
Amazon sponsors it currently.
I guess the key difference is that purchased reviews came from people who never even used the product or didn't leave a disclaimer. Having the disclaimer at the end of your reviews could definitely turn some potential buyers off, so I guess it's a trade-off.
It maybe helps with short-term success, but lowers your credibility and could affect the long-term success.
You can find how many fake reviews an Amazon listing has here.
I sell on Amazon and do not like the product review dance. Emo, it does skew what the consumer sees. The system is also damaging to the sellers. In the beginning I did trade discounted product for immediate reviews.
It bit me in the ass. Most of my discounted product wound up on Fleabay at higher, but discounted prices.
Their sell prices were killing my brand and price structure. I spent many days fighting with eBay sellers and getting my products delisted.
I still have one seller to knock off, but he is out of country and listing at much higher price. I tried zone blasting, that almost destroyed my product line. You can move 100s of product in seconds. It is used to boost Amazon ranking.
Most of my blasted products were then used to beat me up, again on eBay. I tried some FB review groups. Most of them are stay-at-home moms. Lots of
conditions
girl
of
drama.
sale to them do not allow for resale. However, I spent several days again getting the product off of eBay. The shortcuts may work for some, did not work for me. I'm still growing and still learning, but I don't do the discount for review thing anymore.
The best thing about these services is I find a lot of them have their reviewers post pictures with their review. How important the product images are obviously depends on the niche, but with housewares I often see the professional photos the listing has will look amazing. Then you see all the customer photos and it looks like garbage. I find it hard to immediately write off a product based on the sellers giving away units.
But checking the product images and as mentioned above, reading the negative reviews are my go-to next steps after noticing the disclaimer text.
I think Amazon will eventually do something, but not yet. Once it starts affecting customers and they start complaining, then Amazon will start protecting their customers and marketplace.
But in the short term, I think they will be going after people who are selling the 200th listing of private label product.
If anyone has ever listened to the podcasts that teach people how to private label products or FB groups, you know that these people have no business acumen, and have to be held by the hand every step of the way and get depressed when things don't go right or need motivation to get up early and get to work.
Once it gets oversaturated, we will see the short-term money chasers phase out, because you will need to actually be strategic. Besides, outsource your copy, images and give discounts for reviews.
There's no such thing as Amazon businesses because they lack control. Scale Amazon as a channel and use that free cash flow to build an e-commerce website asset.
Going to have to agree with Vigilante here. Most consumers don't notice or care.
If a competitor can give away 400 units of product, and can still be in the top 500 of his category 6 months later, despite 70% of his reviews having the disclaimer according to the fake spot link above, then clearly, it doesn't matter to most people. We notice, because we live in Amazon's world day in
I'm
and day
unaware
out.
of any inorganic reviews for products of mine, but I don't see a problem with people giving away or heavily discounting their product in hopes of
It's
getting a
not
review.
scamming the system, it's playing the game. Whether you flat out ask for a review in exchange for the free or discounted product, or do it a few days later in a follow-up email, it's the same thing, and don't try and pretend that it's
The end goal is
not.
to get favorable reviews for social proof.
We are aware of the game being played because we sell shit. Would you discredit a 1, 2, 3, or 4-star review that was in exchange for an honest review?
No matter what the review is, it isn't genuine because it's been bribed by a payment. Either the product was free or discounted. Once the element of reciprocity comes into play, the review is no longer an honest review. That said, it doesn't mean it is or isn't effective.
There is a car repair YouTube channel called Chris Fix.
He clearly states that he buys everything that he reviews with his own hard-earned money, and I think that is one reason why he has had a lot of success. People like getting a genuine review of a product.
You're absolutely right. The overwhelming majority for reviews for such giveaways are 5 stars. I have one add-on cheapo product that I sell, that I wouldn't rate higher than 3 stars, and I got nothing but multi-paragraph 5 stars from the reviewers. The reviews are definitely
You
skewed.
have to really mess it up bad, or have a totally crap product to get a 1 star out of those folks.
For me, it is kind of necessary to give away units in exchange for reviews. I don't have the option to email my Amazon customers asking for a review because that is not allowed in Germany. Also, I believe that most people tend to give a product review when they are unsatisfied.
So even though my products are awesome, I think I would get more 1 to 3 star reviews than 4 to 5 stars in the long run.
It is not allowed with any Amazon marketplace.
When people say they email their customers, these are emails gotten from a previous launch or from their own e-commerce store. A simple, well-written follow-up email using a system like Feedbacks can alleviate this and have customers leaving reviews more often. You can also arbitrage some of the 1 to 3 star reviews and have your customers contact you directly to get a problem fixed instead of leaving a review. The problem is that I am not allowed to email anyone under any circumstance without their permission.
Not even my e-commerce store customers. If I do, it could cost me a lot of money if one of my customers doesn't like it. German law, or
primarily because they want more free products to review. If you notice that a free viewer chronically left negative reviews, would you send them a product to review? Me neither.
And they know that. And in general, people are happier with stuff they get easier for free. To overlook the flaws of a $100 freebie than a product you spent $100 on. It's really not up for debate the fact that free products generate more favorable reviews.
This is a good strategy for Amazon because it makes more people, the reviewers, sign up for Prime. It's a great way to get new Amazon customers, those who want free stuff and have never ordered from Amazon. It gets customers writing reviews, spending more time on Amazon, etc. If I were an Amazon, I'd leave this in place too.
I bet they have numbers on how many new people signed up just to buy heavily discounted products, and how much regular stuff these new people have bought afterwards.
I bet it's super
Interesting
impressive.
read. Notable in 1 week in January, a reviewer named Andrea wrote up approximately 200 5-star opinions, including reviews for cases for at least 14 different phones. Out of curiosity, we looked at what else these users had reviewed, and every single one of them with a public profile appears to have spent an inordinate amount of time writing up their supposedly honest feelings about dozens of products a day. We looked at the list of reviews since January.
One for each of these users, and found that they more than 400 reviews in just those few weeks.
The fewest was around 100 reviews since January.
While one user managed to somehow crank out approximately 950 reviews in a single month. Assuming 8 hours of sleep per day, that's nearly 2 reviews an hour for every single waking hour, every day of the week for 31 days. So what are these people
Apparently
reviewing?
Anything they can get at a deep discount in exchange for a review.
This is a great topic, and one that is of interest to me as
These
Amazon
reviews
seller.
come into play strategically, however they are being used inappropriately by the unwashed masses of Amazon sellers jumping into the fray. When I initially started on this platform, my reviews were mostly organic, and being from Canada, the friends and family option was of little use.
It certainly was more difficult then, but in that era not too long ago, having a massive number of reviews over your competitors was a major competitive advantage. Now of course, this is a moot point, and the effect on conversion between 100 to 500 reviews is not what is used to be. In the modern landscape, and for most sellers, only 2 parties benefit from the mass giveaways: paid review services, and the reviewers receiving the discounted product.
New sellers paying hundreds of dollars for these services and giving away hundreds of products are doing themselves no favors.
Firstly, the A9 algorithm Amazon search algo is giving significantly less weight to discounted sales in terms of seeking organic ranking. Super URLs are
There has
essentially
been no
dead.
official announcement, but like Google a few years ago with SEO updates, Amazon is changing dials and levers behind the curtain, removing the efficacy of these grey hat strategies.
These tactics worked 1 year ago and more, but they are not any longer, thankfully. If you go this route, you will be out thousands of dollars, hundreds of products, and be left with little effect on ranking.
Most of the reviews are shitty, useless one-liners, and you furthermore risk trolls buying your products and hijacking your very own listing. The paid groups are swimming with these sharks now with your
Don't
products.
support those paid services. I've used 3 different ones. I've used none. I've used my own list. I've tried numerous tactics. You are only taking resources out of your business and putting it in their pocket. Here is the strategy for launching a new product. Take the thousands of dollars in paid review service fees and product cogs you were planning to spend or give up, and get the best photos you can afford. You better have differentiated and customized as well, as this is the only way to win on Amazon going forward. Get 30 quality reviews. That is it, 30 detailed reviews, with as many images, videos and long thought out discussion on the product you can. Ensure that seems genuine and not canned. Use some of the top reviewers' video or image only if need be. They do help a little with conversions based on my testing. Speaking of which, a new Amazon split testing service for those interested, I have yet to try. Quality over
People
quantity.
actually read reviews, not just look at the number of them. Remember?
Once you get to this number of reviews, crank PPC like
Don't
crazy.
focus on ACOS, just get your ad showing for every relevant keyword. You need some reviews to seed the listing so people are more inclined to click the Amazon ad and give your listing a
This
perusal.
is what will kick up your ranking, PPC.
This is what the A9 is giving massive weight to now. What keyword results get clicked, and what converts. Run PPC at a loss. It is about getting ranking, not ROI on ad spend.
Remember, none of this will work if your Me Too product sucks, your images suck, and your offer sucks. Review count is no longer a major competitive advantage. On that note, remember, the only sustainable competitive advantage is your ability to learn faster than the competition.
Even if you lose with your ACOS metrics, If you are still making conversions for those words, you will
Of
get
course
ranking.
have
Your autoresponders set up with email sequence, website, list sign-ups, email, etc. The usual things. Look, 200 shitty discounted one-liner reviews do nothing. Just look around Amazon at the graveyard of failed products with hundreds of reviews and BSRs 90k plus.
It's
Guys,
crazy.
remember, if it is so easy, pick product, send to AMZ, get 200 reviews and bam, $50,000 or more, and everyone can do it. The party will not last. You are not building anything. There is no value creation, just product spam. Most of my products convert no better at 500 reviews than they did at 60 reviews. It's about having a compelling offer, with quality reviews. Check out, just put in the Amazon product and it will give you estimate of how many are fake reviews.
What I find interesting in the article I posted above it, that it starts with a link to an example of a phone case with 11 reviews.
I checked it and it only had one 3-star review. Further down the article we read the following.
The power of Fiverr and Dem.
I guess they didn't comprehend the part of the book that states, paraphrasing, just reading this book won't make you rich.
I bought a case for a G3 on Amazon, and I had perhaps the most wonderful experience I have ever had in buying anything online. Opened it, and there were two things damn sure I did. The product itself was exactly what I needed, nothing more or less.
But the basic customer care of a simple note with my handwritten name and instructions was plenty enough for me to know they took even 1 extra ounce of effort into their funnel. I liked the buying experience more because of it. For a less than $10 item, 5-star there all
Obviously,
day.
I'd be a lot more critical if I was buying something of much greater expense. Had it come a couple days later and in basic wrapping, I would have done nothing more than used the case and moved on.
100% agree. From my perspective, when I'm buying products for myself, the average consumer is as educated as you are, though, MJ. Most people don't read
The
that closely.
risk-reward ratio isn't balanced yet. Turn off a few educated buyers who read versus lots of reviews drastically increases conversions on
You don't
Amazon.
have to follow the AMZ selling herd to be successful on Amazon. Here's proof below. I have a #1 new release in a very competitive category.
Notice I only have one review. Hashtag number 4000 or hashtag BSR, number 41 rank in my category. This launched on January 18th. I got my first review last Friday.
I went 3 weeks without a single review and people were buying. No giveaways or discounted sales or PPC. No special launching, just list it and let it sell. Build your
I
brand.
disagree with your high reward statement. I agree with Doll and Biophase in that I'm not seeing a noticeable increase, let alone drastic, in conversions between 30 and 200.
Biophase sells a product in a highly competitive space. Has only one review and has achieved the coveted #1 new release
Not
badge.
picking on you here, just curious, is this from your actual experience, or are you just restating what you've heard? Discounted sales definitely still count. I did a giveaway in a medium competition niche last week, and ended up in #2 spot. Product was sold at $0.99. In this case, I had all the reviewers manually search for my product, but I have friends who are still effectively using super URLs with success.
Here's some further data on this. This is what I built from premise from nothing is 100% certain in marketing, though, as I am sure you know.
That article is 2 years old. Lots has changed. Disclosure, I saw the date and did not read the article. What is your personal experience?
Fair question. And to be honest, much like SEO with Google, it is impossible to conclusively determine anything given the unending number of variables and not knowing the precise facts of the algo.
Anyway, I launched 2 products with a super URL, giving away between 150 and 200 units, sell for $50 each. Same niche, very similar products. I saw minimal movement compared to previous launches where keywords spiked sky high quickly.
It was not until I turned on PPC and some time passed that things started to really move. Was it PPC or was it the giveaway? What is the algo's delay?
How important are past products, etc.? These were very expensive launches. Shortly thereafter, I launched 3 new products, with the previously described strategy: no service, no super URL, only a few quality giveaways.
Quality reviews, direct linked, turned on PPC. Same niche, very competitive keywords for some, and within the same or shorter time frame was ranking up high.
I saved $1,000s on the later launches. Other higher-end sellers have anecdotally noted the same thing, a weakening of the super URL and giveaways. Just watch, The algo will continue to correct for this gaming of the system.
Cool, thanks for the insight from your personal experience. ZoneBlast and ViraLaunch both have proprietary URLs that are supposedly able to create unique IDs that work better than most superURLs.
It's supposed to be akin to someone manually searching for the product. I haven't tried either personally. Good question. You may want to read the article. Are you saying that the algorithm Amazon uses doesn't take into effect reviews anymore in
That
rankings?
would be entirely new to me if so. More importantly, let's talk consumer psychology and how buyers make decisions.
Because this is equally if not more important. A basic tenet of human psychology is when in doubt look to see what other people are doing. It's a proven psychological principle. I initially learned this from books like Cashvertising.
I've also tested this successfully in my own businesses. That's why testimonials and reviews work so well in advertisements and sales.
Actually, I don't think that Amazon ever used the number of reviews as a measure of ranking. Where did you read that reviews influence the search rank?
Nowhere in this article did it mention Amazon. The article was citing reviews in general for e-commerce stores. I assume that we are still talking about reviews on the Amazon platform in this thread.
I don't think they ever have either. Or if they do, it's a very small weighting in the overall ranking.
I think the general consensus was reviews were needed to increase conversions through social proof.
It mentions Amazon 5x in the article. Look specifically under the subhead. Yeah, true, it's definitely social proof, but from everything I've read, reviews is one of the ranking factors in the A9 algorithm. What percent is it in the algorithm's ranking factor? That's what I'm not 100% certain on. Does anybody have clearer data on the percent breakdown? Good news. No more incentivized reviews allowed. I bet the owners of the review services are shitting more bricks than the actual Amazon sellers using these services. Their income mirrors that of the Google Panda update to affiliate marketers in the past. Full-time income to zero in less than a day. Just another reason to maintain control of your business.
I do not think many consumers look so deeply into reviews. All they see is a 4.5-star review and buy something.
It is maybe the 5% that really pay attention to the bad reviews. Correct me if I am wrong.
I guess when it comes to the bottom line, you would want to know the ratio of people that are aware of and turned off by the practice to those that aren't and are motivated to buy from these types of reviews. It's more for ranking your item higher, like SEO. People click the ones at the top on the first page.
Doesn't apply to books though. You can still send ARCS. These changes will apply to all product categories other than books, as Amazon has always allowed advance copies of books to be distributed, the retailer notes.
Amazon also says it has other ideas about making Vine more useful in the future, but didn't go into detail. TechCrunch.
So now that this policy has been eradicated by Amazon for some time, what's the verdict? Has it helped you? Made things easier? I haven't done much since the change in my own Amazon business, but I do know that all the major review sites basically changed their review policy to get in line with Amazon's T&Cs. I haven't spent much time looking into it, but it generally seems like they still do paid giveaways or discounts just like before, and simply told everyone in the review groups that they are not required to leave a review any longer, but that reviews are helpful and good things to do should they feel the desire to.
They may or may not have also nixed the I received this in exchange for a review, since it's no longer an actual requirement to receive the product at discount.
Not sure on that though. I know one of the bigger guys in that space, I think it was Seller Labs, said they even went so far as to work with Amazon's policy team directly to come up with a solution that wouldn't get their users in trouble.
In short, I don't really think it changed much in practice. May have scared away a lot of the smaller fish though. Also, Amazon did a large cull of reviews which may have disparaged some folks.
Which goes to show that even when you follow Amazon's rules at the time, they can change the rules and hold you accountable in retrospect.
I've also heard rumors that Amazon has heavily discounted the algorithmic weighting given to discounted products and the associated reviews, so it may no longer be possible or harder to get ranking and KW boosts through giveaways and discounts, even if you do get the actual review for it.
It's helped me. Flushed out all the crappy products that just had marketing dollars being pumped behind them and allowed mine to move to the top with hardly any marketing push and zero incentivized reviews. I like it better this way. Makes it harder for the competition to get a ton of fake reviews. I still do small 30 to 50 units $1 giveaways to launch products and secure search rank, I just don't ask people to leave reviews anymore.
I'll just get the reviews organically with the email follow-up sequences. My launches primarily keep the sale price at slightly above break-even, until my search rank is where I want it, then I raise price.
This, plus very aggressive Amazon PPC and EMS headline ads, does very well for me.